Today we are going to be doing something a little bit different, which is why I'm standing. Today I'm going to be reorganizing my bookshelf. It is very messy, it's overflowing, and I'm going to be getting rid of some books, which is hard for me to do, but I just don't have any more room for new books, which is maybe a good thing. But at the same time, I don't want to have all these books on my shelves that I don't really like. As much as I would love to have just like a room full of books, of all the books I've ever read, it's just not realistic. I would rather get rid of those and make room for books that I love, books that I've read and just are my favorites. First thing I think I'm going to do is just go through and pick out books that I don't want anymore or don't want displayed on the shelf. And then we're going to reorganize it. And hopefully get it looking a little less cluttered, a little less chaotic, but we'll see. One thing about me is that I just get like very attached to things, so it's very hard for me to get rid of said things. But I'm gonna try my hardest to make room, and then I think of it as if I have more room on my bookshelf, then I can buy more books to fill it up. I'm just gonna go through each of the shelves and pick out books that I don't want. Simple, easy. Okay, great. So this is what we're working with so far. I'm also gonna go through my young adult shelf too. So my top shelf is all of my Colleen Hoover books, which obviously I'm not gonna touch. It looks great. I do kind of want to reorganize the order, but I'm not going to do that now. But this next shelf is where there's a lot that I feel like I can pull through. So starting off, first of all, I think I can get rid of Love on the Brain because I have it in a hardcover. And I didn't like it enough to have two copies. The hard copy that matches the hardcover of The Love Hypothesis. Yes, okay. First book. My Killer Vacation is another book that I didn't really like, so I'm gonna get rid of it. Same thing with Something Wilder. Listen, I did like this book and I do want it, but the thing is I don't like having this hardcover on the shelf because it just doesn't fit. It doesn't match, and they just announced the paperback. It's gonna come out like next year. But it's so beautiful and I would rather have that than this hardcover. Listen, my logic might not make sense to you, but it makes sense to me. Okay, then we can go on to this stack. So first thing we have is Maybe in Another Life by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I love this book and I definitely want to have a copy of this book on my shelf. But the thing is, I want the new covers. I want the new covers because they just look so much better. I just am not a fan of this. It's kind of stupid to get rid of this and then rebuy it in the new cover because I already have it. I already read it. The new cover is just so cute. I don't know. This is gonna be a maybe. Realistically, I should just keep it. I should just keep what I have. But there's just something inside of me that just wants that new cover. So this is a maybe. I'm not gonna get rid of it yet. Maybe if the new cover goes on sale or something, or it's a good deal on Amazon, then I'll get it. But for now, this is a maybe. Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren. This is one of my favorite books of all time. Obviously, I will be keeping them. Now where do I put the keep pile? Keep pile is going over here. Get rid of pile is going right here. And then maybe pile will go in the middle. Okay, great. That feels better. Moving on. Say You Still Love Me by K.A. Tucker. I'm gonna keep this. I read it literally like 3 years ago when it came out, and I did like it. Do I remember anything about it? No. But I did read it. I did like it. Oh, I already put my stamp in it, so I'm gonna be keeping that. Same thing with One True Loves. Again, I really did like this book, but the cover, I just like the new ones better. I like the new covers, but I'm just gonna keep this as a maybe. And we have Red, White, and Royal Blue. I read this a really long time ago. I liked it enough to keep it, so. Mr. Wrong Number by Lynn Painter. I haven't read this yet, but I do want to, so I'm gonna keep it. You Deserve Each Other by Sarah Hogel. I read this so long ago. I don't even remember anything about it. I don't even remember if I really liked it. And I don't know if I would ever go back and reread it. This is a maybe. Then we have When Sparks Fly by Helena Hunting. This book I read, I liked, it was fine. It wasn't a favorite or anything. So I'm just gonna get rid of it. And then we have the Kiss Quotient series, which I'm going to keep. I've only read this one. I read this so long ago and I never picked up the second 2 books. I still have faith in myself that I won't read the second one. And then these are all new books that I didn't have a place for. Finished Love Deception. Look how good they look together. All lined up and beautiful. See, this is why I needed a second copy, so that it would look good with this copy. We have the Love and Hate Duet by Ella Mays. Honestly, I didn't really like these that much. I'm never gonna reread them. They weren't favorites. I don't really like the covers or anything, so I'm going to get rid of them. We have a couple Tessa Bailey books. I liked It Happened One Summer. I didn't like Hook, Line, and Sinker, so I'm gonna keep this one and get rid of this one. The Hating Game and The Unhoneymooners. This is one of my favorite books ever. Keeping that. This I loved when I first read it, but to be honest, I will probably never ever pick it up again. Like I've had this forever and I don't really want to get rid of it, but I know I'm not gonna read it again. I don't know, this is a maybe. And we have my Emily Henry books. Obviously, I'm keeping these. I still have not read this book. I am so ashamed of myself. Infinity Between Us and A Risk on Forever by N.S. Perkins. I loved this one. Didn't like this one, but I love the cover. Did I even finish this book? I'm gonna keep it anyway because I just love it. My Lucky 13. I haven't read this yet, so I'm going to keep it. Romance Book Club. I read this so long ago. I read the entire series. I love this series, but it's another one of those books where I'm just never gonna pick it up again. I never think about it. Like, I won't miss having it on my shelf. So I'm going to get rid of it. Conversations with Friends by Sally Rooney. I haven't read this yet, so I'm gonna keep it. The Wedding Crasher by Mia Sosa. Another one I haven't read yet. This is gonna fall down. This is gonna fall down. Okay, the moment of letting go, I told myself at the beginning of the summer, you need to read this, and if you don't read it, get rid of it. Because I have owned this book for probably 4 years, and I've never touched it. I'm gonna get rid of it, even though I haven't read it, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna happen, so I'm going to get rid of it. Then we have some more K.A. Tucker books. I don't know why they weren't with the other one, but I have Until It Fades, The Simple Wild, which I love, and then Wild at Heart, which I haven't read yet. I'm going to keep all of these. And then lastly from that shelf, Pack Up the Moon, I'm going to keep because I haven't read it yet. And Dear Enemy and Make It Sweet at some point. I don't remember what either of these are about. They're definitely very low on my TBR, but I will still keep them. So this next shelf, you can't really see too much. Harry's here, they're double stacked. I'm not going to get rid of anything on this shelf. Most of these are books that I've read and loved. I have my Candy Steiner books, I have my Macaulay Smeltzer, Renee Carlino, Things We Never Got Over, Say Swear, all my Elle Kennedy books, and then all my Lauren Asher books are behind there. Alright, moving. This is just a terrible angle, but you know, you don't come here for quality content because you're not gonna find it here. Okay, moving on. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna keep everything on the shelf. It's all my Penelope Douglas books. Obviously, I'm gonna keep Twisted series. I haven't read yet, but I will. Fool Me Twice. I liked it. It was good, but I'm probably never gonna read it again. So I'm gonna get rid of it. And I have my Devney Perry books. I haven't read any of these, so I'm gonna keep them. And then we have the Ravenhood Trilogy. I'm not gonna keep these because I didn't like this one. Started this one, was so bored, didn't finish it, and will never touch this one. I feel like I want to have them on my shelves just because they're so pretty, but I'm never gonna read them. I know what happens. I had someone tell me what happens, and they were just boring. They were boring, they were not for me. I didn't like it, don't want it. Oh, goodbye. And then we have all my Mariana Zapata books. I'm gonna keep all these. Getting Real by Emma Chase. I just got this, so I'm gonna keep it. These two books I'm very unsure about. Neon Gods and Electric Idol by Katie Robert. These are like, I don't know, this is like a Hades and Persephone retelling. It's very dark and spicy, so I've heard, but I don't know. I've been debating back and forth whether or not I'm actually gonna read these, but I think I'm gonna keep them for now, and if I don't read them, I don't know, by like the end of the year, then I'll get rid of them. I still am intrigued enough to give them a try. The Truth About Heartbreak I'm gonna keep. I'm so excited to read this book. Then we have Stolen Soulmate. I have no idea what this is about, but I haven't read it yet, so I'm gonna keep it. Stay. Haven't read it. Don't know what it's about. Gonna keep it. Not Pretending Anymore. I did read. I did like, so I'm gonna keep it. 30 Letters. I have not read. And then I have Making Faces in a Different Blue. These are by Amy Harmon. I've had these books for so many years, but I haven't read them yet. But I'm still holding out hope that maybe I will someday. I have all of these dark romances, which I haven't read, but I'm going to keep because I don't know, they're on my TBR. I'll read them eventually. The last shelf is very empty. I just have my after books, which I'm gonna keep, but I'm gonna take them off my shelf and move them somewhere else because I just don't need them taking up that much room. So ginormous, and I'm never gonna reread them, to be honest. I probably won't. Like, this is literally 800 pages of just, you know the story, but I can't get myself to get rid of them, but I don't want them taking up that much space on my bookshelf, so I'm gonna move them somewhere else. Probably throw them in a box and then never think about them again. And then over here we have 7 Days in June. I started this book a few months ago and I never finished it. I don't know. I still kind of do want to get back to it at some point, but they have a paperback now and I kind of want the paperback rather than the hardcover, so I think I'm going to get rid of this for now. Now, moving on to my young adult shelf. My TV's in the way, but you get the gist. This is where my problem comes in, because I don't really read young adult anymore. I said this in my bookshelf tour, but these are basically all the books that I read in high school that I'm just like too attached to get rid of. But I'm gonna try because most of these I'm just never gonna touch. Better Than the Movies, obviously I'm gonna keep this because it's a newer one. I love this book. Breathless, I recently read this and I really liked it and I love this cover, so I'm gonna keep it. And I have 9 Days and 9 Nights, 99 Days. I'm never gonna touch these again. I know I will never ever pick these back up. I used to love these books so much. I don't know. I want to keep them even though I don't need them. I'm not gonna ever read them again, but I don't know. See, this is my problem. This is why I just like can't get rid of anything, because I have weird emotional attachments to things. Pure Liars was one of the first books I read when I got back into reading. I was like blown away by this book. I kind of want to keep it. When We Collided, this used to be one of my favorite books of all time, so I'm gonna keep this, obviously. Look, I even put tabs in it back when I didn't even do this. So that's how you know it was good. The Start of Meeting You, I read this and did really like it. I want to keep it, and so I'm gonna keep it. This is not going very well, is it? Every Last Word. I don't really remember this all too much. For some reason, I want to keep it. I don't know why, but I'm just gonna let it sit there for now. Okay. Alright, here's one I can get rid of. This one is Under Rose Tinted Skies. I remember liking this, but I don't remember what it's about. They're all newer ones that I read in the last year or so, or didn't read. Where the Road Leads Us. This book I tried to read actually this month at the beginning, but I just didn't get into it, didn't like it. So I'm going to get rid of it. Summer of Broken Rules. This cover is beautiful, but I read this last year and just didn't really like it. I didn't really care for it. It was kind of boring, so I'm not going to keep it. And then Float. This was a book that I told myself, if you don't read it this summer, then you got to get rid of it. I did buy it this summer, so I haven't had it sitting on my shelf for as long, but I just know I'm never going to pick this up. To All the Boys I've Loved Before, also going to keep because, again, sentimental purposes. I remember where I was when I was reading these books. Same with The Summer I Turned Pretty. These ones I didn't like as much. Honestly, I definitely prefer To All the Boys I Loved Before than this, but I'm still going to keep them because duh. And I have the Did I Mention I Love You series. These are so dusty. I read this book. I loved it. I thought it was so good. I ordered the rest of them, and then I never touched these ones. And I'm never going to. You know, I'm just going to get rid of all of these because I'm just never going to read them. I feel like I missed the boat on these last ones, and it's just not something that I want anymore. This shelf, I can confidently say I'm going to keep all of these. These are my Sarah Dessen, Morgan Matson, and my 2 favorite John Green books. So I have some Jen Bennett books. I'm going to keep those. 5 Feet Apart. I think I'm gonna get rid of. I'll Meet You There. I loved this book. This book was so good. Okay, this is a maybe. This is a maybe. I don't know. Yeah, this is a maybe. I don't need it, but I kind of still want it. Me and Oliver. I used to love this book. This book was so cute. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it. It's fine. Then we have these books. These are all part of a series. And I go back and forth on whether I want to keep these or not all the time whenever I look at this shelf. I've never read them. They just don't really interest me. They just don't really interest me anymore. I don't really know what they're about. I don't know. If you've read these, let me know if I should keep them or not. I'll put these in the maybe. We have Aristotle and Dante, Discover the Secrets of the Universe. Another one of my very favorite books from when I was a teenager. You can tell because I didn't even tab my books back then. And this one I did because it just has the best quotes. It's so beautifully written. Such a beautiful story. It's very coming of age type vibes, which I love. I loved. I still love. And then we have the sequel, which came out literally like 10 years after this one did. I don't know if that's correct, but... And I never read this one. I never got to it. Don't even get me started on how this is a hardcover and this is a paperback. That's why it has to sit on the bottom shelf so I don't look at it. Because it drives me insane. Starfish and Summerbird Blue. Oh, these covers are so beautiful. I don't know what they're about. I bought them many years ago. I don't know. These ones are maybe. And I have Maybe Next Time with Casey West. Casey West was another one of my favorite authors, but I only have this book because I used to read all of her books from the library. I don't know. I don't really need this, so I'm going to get rid of this, even though I loved it, but it can go. And then the Inheritance Games is like brand new, so I'm going to keep this. Sea of Tranquility. Is this young adult? I don't know. I've had this book for years and years and years. Haven't read it, but I'm gonna keep it. And then Radio Silence. I still want to read it. I'm still holding on to it. I don't know. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it. That's all. Those are all my bookshelves. Obviously, I have my Addicted bookshelf, which is fine. I have my hardcover bookshelf, which is also fine. I might get rid of one of them up there. For the most part, it's fine. Then I actually have a thriller shelf over there, but I'm not gonna go into that right now because it's just... there's too much. I just don't feel like doing that right now. So maybe I'll do that another time. But for now, that's good. Now I need to organize this mess because... this is the part that I'm not looking forward to. Alright, now here comes the worst part, which is the organizing. I hate doing this because I do it all the time and then I hate how it turns out and then I take them all off and I do it all again and it's just an endless cycle of me hating my bookshelf. So I think I'm just going to listen to some music, just kind of organize them and speed this up because I've already been talking for like 40 minutes. Good luck to me in the future who has to edit this, but yeah, I'm just going to go over it and then I'll show you what it looks like after. I'll let you know if I have any thoughts or feelings while I'm doing this, but yeah, I'm just going to go over this kind of quick. Alright, I found a couple more books that I'm going to get rid of, so I thought I'd just update you, keep you in the loop. My Darling Arrow by Saffron Kent. I have a hardcover of it up there in a different cover, so I'm going to keep that version and probably get rid of this because I don't need 2 copies of a book I don't know alike. So I'm going to get rid of this, and then I'm going to get rid of Dating Dr. Dill. I read it. It was okay. Nothing special to me, so I'm going to get rid of this. And then Instructions for Dancing. This is a young adult book. I don't really think I'm going to read it ever, so I'm going to add these to the pile. Alright, I think I like it enough to be done for now because I've been going at this for like 2 hours. I'm not even gonna lie, I'm tired. So I'm just gonna quickly do an overview of this and show you what it looks like right now. It's looking a lot neater. Alright, so top shelf is the same, Colleen Hoover. This shelf looks a lot neater. If you remember, there were like those 2 stacks on the end, which was fine, but it looks quite nice. There we go. There we go. It's organized kind of by color, kind of by author. Some are not together, some are. I don't know. This is just what happened. And then my second shelf looks like this. I have all my Candy Steiner books all nice and neat together. And then this one I forgot to talk about, but this is the Sugar Lake series. I just needed it on my favorite shelf. So beautiful. I have my Macaulay Smeltzer books. Why is this like this? This is upside down. Okay. Renee Carlino books. Behind Harry, excuse me. I have all my Lauren Asher books, and then I have Magnolia Parks, and I have some room left for the other 2 books if I like this. So that's nice. Harry's not going to be here full time, but I just got this, so may as well display. Shelf, I really like how this turned out. I have just all these random books. There's not really a rhyme or reason. They're just all the same height. So that's why I kept them together. All my Al Kennedy books. I have the Twisted series, and then Things We Never Got Over, Say Swear, and then some Mia Sheridan books. I have all my Penelope Douglas. I have Binding and Keeping 13, which I haven't read yet. I have I always forget what the series is called. All Saints High series by L.J. Shen, and then I have my Kennedy Ryan books right there. My Mariana Zapata books. Then down here is more random books. These are all dark romances, I think. I don't know. These are just random. As you can see, they're kind of just mixed up. And then finally, here is what my young adult bookshelf looks like. I cleared it up a lot, actually. Obviously, After is not young adult, but I don't know where else to put them. So they just sit there. Not much has changed. It just is a little more compact. And those are just very random books, but yeah, that's what it looks like. It was fun. I'm very tired, and I will probably rearrange these in like 2 days because I just am so indecisive. And look at all the books I'm getting rid of. Like, I'm so proud of myself. And I'm just gonna go out and buy more books. I'm probably gonna list some of these on my Pango books if you're interested. And then I'll probably just donate the rest to my little used bookstore. But we'll see. That's a problem for another time. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And until next time. Bye!